Here we go.
So nice.
Oh, I bet. Are you excited for that?
Yeah.
Tyler, are you okay?
Yeah.
You're sniffing.
I
over
love
there.
what's going on now, though, because it's just so gross at the same
How
time.
long is your, like, I can chew,
You can chew. Ew.
Mine's not that long. But, like,
I can put it in my mouth. I can't really chew on it yet, but I can get it there.
my hair's a lot thinner than yours, too.
Sup? We're what the fanboy.
Also, my hair grows really
Emo's not
long, a lot faster on the sides than it does on top.
Oh.
It's super annoying. Anyway, yeah, we are what the fanboy.
I think we should do a special hair stylizing episode.
We can have Dana and Stephanie do our hair.
Yes. Except you're going to have to grow yours out, Tyler.
This is grown out. I need a haircut.
To do his hair, we'll just have them shave it off.
There you go. Shave it completely bald.
That'll work.
Completely baldy.
There you go. I'm in.
Anywho,
Aw.
my name is Luke. This is Mr. Tyler.
We are off to a blazing hot start this week. And to the right, as always, the beautiful Brett Eitzen.
Hey, guys.
Am I right? Your left?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Speaking of doing this, what doings did you do this
Whoa,
week?
Tyler. You're on top of our segues tonight. I appreciate that.
Look, I'm just going to warn everybody. I'm going to do it before Luke can. I'm super tired tonight. Like, I'm exhausted. So, bear with me.
I'm not super tired tonight. I'm normal tired, I guess. Like, the
I don't
tired
think
you
I'm-
are after a
I'm not
after a
tired
day
at
of
all.
work.
What does normal tired feel like?
Like, after just a day of work, and you're like, oh, that was some work that I just did.
Man, I worked today.
But I'm not like, I wasn't up super late.
I think I sprained my
Slept good
wrist
last night.
yesterday.
Oh, no.
Softball.
Well,
I'm just tired.
so I'll go first. I did a few things this week. Not a ton. The big one that we'll talk about later is I finished The Boys, season 2. The Boys. Real quick, I enjoyed it, and we'll talk about it more later. But the other thing I did, I started watching a show on Apple TV Plus called Ted Lasso, and that show is amazing.
Yep.
I cannot wait to finish it. I think I'm pretty close to being done. I kind of binged like 5 or 6 episodes in a row.
Yeah, it's a good show.
But man, that's good. That is fun. If you have Apple TV Plus, I really recommend that. Also, fun fact, got an email this week that Apple was extending my free trial through April. So,
Was it actually
Must
was
not
it
be
actually
selling
from
very
Apple?
I know, right? Yeah.
Because I get lots of emails
Emails
from Apple.
Yeah.
Can you re-log into your iTunes account? Click this link. Okay. Oh, stupid.
So kind of my initial impressions of that are that it's just the best kind of comedy and exactly what we need right now, I think.
Yep.
I don't want to say anything else because it's a joy to watch. So go watch it. Tyler, you've seen 1 or 2 episodes,
Yeah,
right?
I've seen a couple episodes
Yeah,
of it. It's
yeah.
good.
And then the last thing I did this week is I finished Lovecraft Country, which I know you guys are a few episodes behind on. Kind of fell off the hype train.
The book was good.
The book was good.
I dropped way off that train.
Yeah.
Last
I'm not even,
episode I
like,
watched
tied to
was
train
the
anymore.
Yeah.
orrery one. Maybe
Oh,
the
yeah.
first orrery one.
Yeah, so that
Is
was,
there two with
that was a
that?
while ago.
3 episodes ago.
3 episodes? Yeah.
Yeah, that first episode of that season was so good. And then now I'm just like, don't care about the show at all.
I think it
It's pretty hard to want to finish it right now for me, honestly.
wraps it up nicely is probably a generous word. It wraps everything up nicely, if not predictably and kind of meh-ingly. I don't know.
What's your rating of it?
Still good performances. My overall rating's a Matthew McConaughey. It's not something that I would recommend to a lot of people.
But some.
But maybe some.
Yeah.
I don't know. It also I feel like it might resonate with an audience of color more than me. So I also like from that perspective, say that maybe this isn't as much for me, and that's okay. I get what it was trying to say. I don't think it said it that particularly well, but yeah, I don't know. It's fine. It's a show. 10 hours or whatever of my life.
Yeah, I think 9 episodes, 10 episodes.
Something like that.
10.
I think there was 10. So, but yeah.
Nice.
That's all I did this. I didn't really do much. I hopped on Destiny for a little bit. That was kind of fun to just run around. Gotta get ready for Beyond Light, man.
Oh, I'm ready.
You're probably maxed out, aren't you?
Yeah. Everything I come in now comes at max level.
Nice.
So
You're a
Nice.
beast.
We should do that prophecy dungeon sometime.
let's do it.
All right.
Are you
What
high
else did
enough
you
level?
do this week? Yeah. I can do it. I'm not max level, but
I did finally finished one thing that I can talk about.
nice.
I think I mentioned I had started it way back when, maybe like almost over a year and a half ago, which is the show The Americans, the FX
I can't
show.
believe it took them this long to watch a show. It's amazing.
New record?
I'm
I think-
proud of
I
you.
think that's
That
a new record.
show, yeah, it took me forever. Which it's don't let it how long it took me to watch it indicate at all what this show in quality wise. This is one of the best shows ever made, I think. Just tremendous acting and pacing and just everything. This show is so stressful. There's some points like mid-season where I'd just be like, I can't keep watching this because it just makes my heart feel like it's going to explode sometimes. You got to be somewhere?
No.
Is your heart okay?
When you said something about heart, I was looking at my heart rate.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I better check mine too.
Still alive.
Still beating.
But yeah, it's 6 seasons. It is really, really incredible. It stars Matthew Rice, Kerry Russell, and Noah Emmerich. If you have Amazon Prime or probably Hulu, it is an FX show, so I'd assume it's on there. I'd really encourage you to start the first season and try it out. It's one of my favorite shows. It's just heart-pounding. And I think the reason it is like that so much is because it's real. Like this type of stuff was going on. I've one of the Sunday night football games or something, Thursday night football maybe, finished, and some like FBI declassified show popped up on NBC or something, and they were talking about KGB agents in America in the 80s, and I was like, what am I doing? I haven't finished The Americans yet. And I shot through it. It's something that actually happened. I mean, I'm not really sure how much all the details are really true and if they really did all those things.
Yeah.
But
Still.
props to those writers and directors and actors for making one of the best shows ever. The ending, I will say, is what would happen. Isn't probably the best Hollywood TV show ending, but it is extremely realistic and it's very sad.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun ride. I encourage people to go check that out. That's the only thing I did.
Oh, nice.
I feel like our lists week to week are getting shorter. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
a sign of
This is probably one of my longest lists. And
Oh,
it's
good.
It's 4 things.
Tyler's. Oh, okay.
So one thing neither of you guys mentioned, we all watched Ready Player One together.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I've
That
seen
was
that
fun.
before, so.
It was.
I'm
fun.
rereading the book right now too, so it was really fun to kind of watch it and read it.
It was kind of
and
fun
see
to
the
dunk
subtle
on it in the
differences.
moment.
I love that movie.
I do too.
I know you do.
Screw you, Brett.
I love you both.
I also finished The Boys season 2, but in the spirit of finishing things that are new for us, I beat the game Transistor this weekend. It's made by Supergiant Games, the studio that made Bastion, Pyre, and the now super popular Hades. And I just have a quick little thing here, a little blurb.
Yeah.
I give it a fanboy worthy. If you're into these isometric games, this one's just as good as Bastion. I think the gameplay loop in Bastion's a little more fun, a little more lighthearted than Transistor, but It's still really good. The game blends turn-based combat with action RPG style combat, and it works really well. Like I kind of when I heard that, because you had kind of explained it to me,
Yeah.
I was like, that doesn't sound like it works. Like how does that even fit? And when you play it, you're like, oh, this makes perfect sense. And it was really fun to kind of get more acquainted with that system as the game went on, because when you get to the final fight, you get to basically reallot all of your skills and you fight somebody who does the same things you do. So they can stop time and they can have turn-based turns. So it becomes a real like chess match at the end, which I really enjoyed. The narrative is all told through like terminals and dialogue from the sword or the transistor.
Yep.
So you kind of have to piece it together yourself while you look around at the world. And the art direction in that game is top-notch. But
it is such a beautiful game.
It really is. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And the team that makes these games, they're awesome. I found out this week they have a resident voice cast person. Like he just works for the studio as a voice actor.
That's awesome.
He's contracted only to them. It's pretty cool.
Had not realized that.
Yeah, he's really good. He's the voice of the Transistor and he's the narrator in Bastion.
Oh, okay.
So Supergiant Games, I've kind of talked about them in the past. They're kind of becoming like my favorite indie developer, and they have that really big game Hades out, and I bought that this week. I got Hades this weekend, started playing it, and I cannot stop. This is a roguelike game, so if you die, you start over, and you play as Hades' son trying to escape hell. It's a ton of fun. It's super fast-paced. The gameplay is pretty simple, but you go after these boons or money or vitality to slowly build your guy up to be stronger as you get further out of the depths of hell. And at the end of each section, you fight a boss. And it's really fun. It's a roguelike, but you get permanent progression on each run, so no run feels wasted, which I really appreciate because it makes me want to go back and keep playing. But overall, so far, Hades is my favorite Supergiant game. There's only one other one I haven't played. I will be playing that one in the coming weeks.
Look at you.
Highly recommend Hades, though. It's definitely going to be in the Game of the Year conversation. If it's not, I would be amazed.
Is it? It's on Switch and PC
Yep.
only right now? Okay.
It's really weird. I was looking at that for Supergiant themselves. Like, Hades is on Switch and PC. Bastion is on Xbox, PC, and Switch. Transistor is on PlayStation 4. Or no, yeah, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. And then Pyre is on PlayStation 4 and PC. It's like super weird their games aren't distributed evenly across all platforms. I don't understand it.
That is weird.
Are they sequels or anything?
None of them are.
They're all
connected.
standalone. Yeah. Huh. Cool. Well, we did some things this week.
We did.
The world around us did some things. Maybe we should report that news.
Look at you. He's on one.
It's like I'm trying to become a professional or something. Nah.
Screw that.
Overrated. There is a lot of news this week. Well,
Let's hit them trailers first. Luke, you said you had some.
I have two trailers.
Trailers?
One is the official trailer for Monster Hunter.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
kind of saw the teaser last week. I'm here for this movie. I think it looks good enough to be badly enjoyable, at least.
Expectations here for quality, but expectations here for enjoyment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think we all kind of said that in the group, too. We were
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, this looks the good kind of bad.
Listen, just give me some cool monster fights.
I thought the monsters looked cool in the trailer.
Yeah.
They don't look bad.
No.
That's all I need
I
to
didn't-
really be satisfied. I'm not expecting an Oscar winner here.
I
No,
played
no.
a little bit of Monster Hunter, and I didn't recognize any of those monsters. But people like went through and they're like, it's this one. Like, how could you tell? But I'm not a Monster Hunter
Guru?
guru, so I was like, oh yeah, sure. I'm super excited. I'm sure there's going to be tons of Monster Hunter Easter eggs that go over my head. It's going to be great.
So
Nice.
I lied. I actually have three trailers.
Oh.
I forgot that today Ma Rooney's Black Bottom trailer came out.
Oh yeah.
Looks really good.
That's
Viola Davis and Chadwick
Boseman's last movie, right? That I'm aware of. At
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, it's his last appearance. Well, I guess he did voice work for Marvel stuff. So
The
What If already.
right?
So
Yeah.
yeah. First, last live action
Sure.
Appearance.
It looks really good. Even from the trailer, you can understand why they're already getting Oscar buzz.
Oh.
Like, just like, yeah, they're doing pretty good. And then the last
That's
trailer,
gonna be on Netflix.
yes, Netflix original. The last trailer is a movie. I don't even know if any of us will watch it. I just feel like it deserves to be mentioned.
Oh, I think we'll watch this in some capacity.
The movie's called Jiu-Jitsu,
Oh my lord.
starring Nicolas Cage and Tony Jaa.
Okay.
And some others.
This is a movie that
Whatever
needs to
you're
be getting
doing,
Oscar bait.
whatever you're
Oscar
doing,
buzz.
pause this podcast and go watch this trailer and then come back.
And just be prepared to be amazed.
So I have the description.
Read it. Hit
What
it.
this movie is. An ancient order of expert jiu-jitsu fighters face a vicious race of alien invaders in a battle for Earth every 6 years. When Earth's hero, Jake Barnes, is defeated by the leader of the invaders, the future of humanity hangs in the balance.
Love it.
Now, I'm pretty sure this one is up for Oscars.
Should be for screenwriting. You kidding me?
The Spaceman.
Yeah, I saw the
Oh my
only
gosh.
thing I saw about this whole trailer was somebody tweeted in the jiu-jitsu trailer, Nicolas Cage says the spaceman with more sincerity than anything I've ever said in my life. And I was like, what? Because I hadn't seen anything of it. I just heard about the trailer and we watched it Thursday.
Like right before Ready Player One.
Yeah, and I was
Or
like,
after.
oh my gosh. I'm going to buy that movie when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Oh my gosh, that movie looks so ridiculous.
Looks so bad. I can't wait.
I love Tony Jaa though, so maybe he'll have some cool
Like,
action scenes.
why?
Why not is the question.
Like,
Nick Cage had some money sitting around, was like,
when you go to school and you're like, I'm going to be an actor. And you work really hard and you get to Hollywood and they're like, we got this spaceman jiu-jitsu movie for you. And you're like,
I can understand.
I'm in.
I can understand like somebody who wants to be in like their first movie being like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll be
But
in
like
anything. at this
proven
point.
commodities, it's like, why?
Does Nick Cage have an Oscar
I think so.
or at least a nomination?
oh, I'm sure he has a nomination. I don't think he has an Oscar though. I've never seen.
He's got to get that
I'm
money.
not
so
even
he can
sure.
make
I'm not even
National
sure he has a
Treasure 4.
nomination. I don't think I've ever seen Oscar
He's
nominated
gonna make
Nick
his-
Cage on a trailer.
He's going to see a superhero movie. He's going to make his Superman movie.
Nick Lepke over in the chat says we really need to watch Velocipaster.
Oh,
Yeah,
You're
we
right.
do.
It is on our list.
We do need to watch
These
that.
fools keep wanting to rewatch Ready Player One for some reason.
Because it's
Freaking
good. Oscar winner for Best Actor in a Leading Role is what it said. Oscar winner. What did he win for?
What?
Adaptation?
Leaving Las Vegas in 1995.
All right. I've been proven wrong. All right. That's fair.
Wrong.
Yep.
Wrong.
So there was one trailer that you guys probably didn't see that I did that I thought I'd mention, and it's called Fireball: Visitors from Darker Worlds. It is a documentary by Werner Herzog over on Apple
Say that
TV
again
Plus.
and make that exact
that
same
the
facial
dude?
expression.
Herzog?
Is that the dude who's chasing Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the guy who definitely didn't want to get his hands on Baby Yoda.
Bring me the
I don't want
child.
anybody to put their hands on Baby Yoda.
But it's a documentary about meteors and what they can teach us about space. It looks really cool. If you're into documentaries. I know I'm the only person on this podcast who cares
I watch
about
documentaries when I'm sick. It's the only time they interest me because I can sleep.
You should learn more things.
You
I read a lot.
You should watch the full Apollo 11 instead of the redacted version.
The abridged version that I watched at the Cosmosphere.
Yeah.
It was awesome, though. It's like 40 minutes long.
Yeah, you should watch the one with the extra 40 minutes.
All right.
That's really not that much time.
Let's move into some other news.
That's a whole episode of TV.
What do we
that's
got?
not
Tyler,
that
what do you
much.
got for news?
Pretty long.
As the resident Pokemon person here, the next expansion for Pokemon Sword and Shield comes out this Thursday, October 22nd, the Crown Tundra. So if you play Pokemon, this one looks pretty cool, bringing back all the legends of the past.
Cool.
Nope.
Yeah, I know you guys hate Pokemon. It's okay.
No,
I
it's
enjoy
fine.
it.
It's fine.
I understand why people like it. I don't even do that. I don't. I don't. It's dogfighting.
Still fun.
Luke?
In video game world, I have a video game story.
Sure, go for
and
it.
this, I guess it doesn't super apply to us, but it kind of does. It's mainly PC players. But Bungie followed a lawsuit against Perfect Aim,
Perfect Aim being
a cheat service.
a PC cheat service.
And it is a plague in Destiny 2.
It is awful.
It turns a lot of people away from the game, and it's really sad because I love Destiny and I want people to play it.
Well,
Especially on PC if that's what they play on. But it will. I assume it would stop a lot of the cheaters that are also on Xbox and PlayStation, even though they're not near as many.
Yeah, I think this is really important, seeing as crossplay is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Around the corner.
As it's becoming more prevalent.
Right. We're getting cross-generational crossplay in December, with sometime in 2021 kind of global crossplay is their target for that. So I think it's definitely a preemptive move in that, like, hey, we want to make sure with Beyond Light coming out, we have players in the PC space are having a more enjoyable experience, and then there's already kind of this disparity between PC and console in terms of like what a mouse and keyboard feels like compared to what you're playing on a controller feels like. And if you have an aimbot cheat thing enabled to make it even worse, then yeah, you're gonna really turn players off. So
And there hasn't been an anti-cheat anything with Destiny. You can report people, and nothing happens.
They do have a pretty good ban hammer system, but it has been notoriously bad on. Some of these are kind of hard to detect. Detect, and you don't want to take action, obviously, without concrete proof. So
My favorite cheat contingency I've ever seen is Apex putting all the people who cheat in one, like they can only match with each other.
Yes,
that is my absolute favorite.
That is awesome.
I like how they're not just banning accounts.
Yeah.
So you just make another account. They are suing Perfect Aim.
Yeah. Going after the source.
They're going after the source, and it will just be no more. There's other places you could get cheats, and there will be more.
This sets a precedent for them to be able to go after more and more, to hopefully whittle it down. And
hopefully other
very little
companies and developers also will follow suit.
And it de-incentivizes those places from selling cheats on that platform. They'll go, oh, well, Activision isn't coming at us for Call of Duty, so we'll work on selling them there instead
of the cheats only work on Stadia.
Yeah.
Nobody plays it. It would be perfect.
It would be. I have a few gaming
I have a couple more too.
stories. So the first one I will go with is that Xbox, in an interview with Kotaku, Xbox head Phil Spencer said that they are anticipating selling more Xbox Series X's or Series S's. Sorry, I can't even get the naming conventions. Just make them easier to separate. They're going to sell more Xbox Series S's over the lifetime of this generation. What do you guys think about that?
It's cheaper, so more people will buy it. I agree.
Yes.
Doesn't seem that hard to put together.
That's some incredible input coming from your boy.
Thanks, Luke.
What do you have to say on this report? Yes.
Yeah, I know. All three of us got Series X's. I think though, yeah.
Well, we pre-ordered one.
Pre-ordered them. We'll see if you guys actually.
You're going to be the only one who gets it.
Well, then
30 days later,
I'll have it up here on our show after.
Why?
It launches so that
I'm
everyone
push
can
it
see
off
it.
the
No,
I'm gonna take it and run.
Why would you be so mean?
Because you're flaunting it in front of us.
I'm showing
because you got one. Because you're awesome with Microsoft and people know you.
People do know me, but
Brett's all famous and stuff.
You're famous.
I'm not famous enough, apparently.
No.
If you wanna be famous,
Tyler, you had another story.
I had a couple.
For love.
How many more gaming stories?
Just one more.
Okay, cool. I have two more. One is Assassin's Creed Valhalla is gold. It's gone gold. It's ready to ship.
Cool.
That version of the game, at least. The other one,
Day one
Rockstar.
patch incoming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Rockstar Games has purchased Ruffian Games, who made Crackdown 2, and rebranded it as Rockstar Dundee.
Wait, Rockstar bought Microsoft?
Yeah, dude.
No, just kidding.
They bought a Microsoft exclusive game maker, I guess.
There you go. So,
I don't know.
what do you think this means?
Another Crackdown with Rockstar doing it,
That'd be fun.
which
by
we
me.
kind of talked about.
That'd be dope.
It was
Who did I have making it?
I
Id?
can't
The Doom
remember.
people.
Yeah.
Somebody said Crackdown and someone. I can't remember who it was.
Crackdown and
It was me. It's Crackdown and Id because
that'd
that's
be
a
great.
Bethesda
That's a great.
acquisition episode.
Oh yeah, right.
That's a great combo.
But now it's Crackdown and Rockstar.
It's going to be Crackdown with a 400-hour campaign.
Ugh.
Look, if
Yikes.
I think Crackdown is a really
Cue the
interesting IP.
It looks cool, like visually.
Yeah, it's
That's
never
about it.
really landed on its feet, and so if they can, I would be totally okay with them abandoning Crackdown and doing something
New.
new
Yeah.
as well. But if they were to do something with Crackdown, I think that would be an interesting take.
I think the big thing here that I take away from it is I trust that Rockstar is going to make a good game
Oh yeah,
with their input and the idea. I think the idea behind Crackdown is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe those two teams can merge and make something special. Who knows? We'll see.
or they could just be new support for
Right. For,
For
Grand Theft
whatever.
Auto 5-4.
exactly. Finally, we talked a little bit. You mentioned Bethesda earlier.
Bethesda?
Bethesda. Phil Spencer was also asked about the future of Bethesda on
They're going to close them down, aren't they?
other consoles.
Those fools.
The quote was,
Buy
"Is
them
it
for 7.5
possible?
and sell them for 8.5.
Is it possible to recoup a $7.5 billion investment if you don't sell Elder Scrolls 6 on the PlayStation?" Yes, Spencer replied.
Good answer. Short,
Um,
sweet. I don't really understand the context because I spaced off for a little bit, but
They asked if it was possible to make that acquisition worth it if they don't sell Elder Scrolls 6 on other consoles.
yeah.
And
Okay.
he said, yeah.
So I think, we kind of talked about, we thought Elder Scrolls might be the one that stays
Y'all ready for that Elder Scrolls 6 Xbox Series S? It's
on both platforms, but
going to happen.
I'm not buying
we
it.
may be seeing Elder
You're not.
Scrolls
You'll have
on
one.
Xbox only. So
That would be wild.
I'll buy the game 3 times. So.
I'll buy it like the next 6 years.
I'll buy it for my Series X, then I'll buy it for my Series XYZ, then I'll buy it for my Nintendo Switch 14.
Your new Nintendo Switch? That'll be the name of it.
Yeah.
Like the new Nintendo 3DS?
It'll be the new Nintendo Switchery-Doo. Switchery-Doo-dah.
The new
Switchery-doo-dah.
Nintendo Switch 3D. 4K edition. 4K 3D. That's a thing.
I like the new Switchery-Doo.
That is pretty good.
that is really good. You should
Hurry, Nintendo!
And it comes with
Quick.
a didgeridoo
trademark
to
that.
play while you wait for games to download.
Luke, you got what else you got stories wise?
I have one more game thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tyler.
Shoot.
My bad.
Sorry, I totally overlooked it. PlayStation 5 revealed their UI
They
this
did.
week through Burger King.
That was weird.
Yeah, maybe Burger King was cheap to do ad placement with. I don't know.
They're also giving away PS5s.
Yeah, they are. Good for Burger King. They need some help. I guess those veggie burgers they're selling isn't really doing it for them. But no, the UI came out. I think it looks pretty clean, nice and simple.
Yeah.
Reminds me a lot of the Xbox and
The
how
one
they
thing-
do things.
The one thing I like about PlayStation, even now more so than Xbox, is tiles,
Mm-hmm.
right? And PlayStation has tiles, but it has a lot more text, and so it's a little cleaner, just in terms of like, it's not a big grid. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a grid. It's still a grid with words.
Their party chat system still sucks. Like the way not the recording thing, but like getting it to like
I'm gonna beat you up. What'd you say? No.
like in Xbox. In Xbox, you can hit the gym or whatever and open up your party. And
Oh,
it's really
yeah,
easy
yeah.
to navigate. Sony, you have to like completely close your game. I feel like.
Oh,
And
man.
it's really weird. But no, I think it looks good. I thought it was cool that you can have like instruction. Did you see that? So like if you're in the middle of a quest and you need help, you can like hit the Sony button and there's like a instruction area. They'll pull stuff from the internet and help you.
I think
thought that
it's-
was kind of neat.
Yeah, it's
Games are never going to be harder than they were 10 years ago.
pulling. I think it's maybe
Don't tell
embracing
From
that
Software that.
that idea that a lot of people do that on their phones already.
Right.
So can we take that and just make it one less step? Which is an interesting reversal from, when Xbox One was released and announced, they had the whole snap feature was a huge thing. You can snap a web page and you can see the tech wasn't there. The software was not fast enough to make that usable at all. And so it'll be interesting to see how much PlayStation uses that or users use that feature.
Don't look at me like that.
I'll look at you.
Now we're ready to move on to the next news segment.
Do I have more video game stuff?
Inevitably.
I do not.
Luke, just go.
All right. So I don't even know if this movie has actually been greenlit yet, but Michael B. Jordan is going to be a producer for Static Shock, which I think we can pretty much confirm that the movie's going to be greenlit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you read any of the quotes about this?
No.
So Michael B. Jordan,
I only look at Twitter headlines.
he finally
Pure truth.
He spoke out or whatever, and he said that he's going to be one of the leading producers in he didn't say verbatim, but like a pocket of the DC universe that focuses on black superheroes.
Cool.
And I was like, dope. There's some really great ones out there. Go find them and make them happen.
Yeah.
So, and Michael B. Jordan's got enough money and he's nerdy enough that he's going to make some fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to this.
And then Warner Brothers go one step further and integrate those awesome characters into your mainline things.
Or don't. Just make good movies.
Just saying. Be awesome to see a little more diversity on the Justice League squad.
Yeah.
First, we need
feel
a
like it was
Justice
pretty
League
diverse.
squad.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Who
To
knows
be
what's
fair.
going on with the Justice League squad at this point?
I think there's only...
Here's what I'm saying. Listen
I'm
to
just
me.
playing devil's
Just
advocate.
listen to me. I want them to take these movies, which they're inevitably probably investing $50 to $70 million in, and the ones that do really well, that are well received, invest $200 next time. Maybe not 200.
I just
Invest
want Static Shock, Shazam, and Flash to
$1.25
be
million
together.
in there and make an awesome blockbuster movie with them. That's what I'm saying.
Just have
Yes.
Shazam show
There's no
up with
reason they need to
Static
be
Shock.
niche movies.
Oh, no. I don't think they will be. I think they'll be big enough. Static Shock's pretty popular. A lot of people really want this one. I don't know what they'll do next.
Look, is it going to make Joker money, though?
No.
And that's the problem. Because surely a Static Shock movie could be cooler than the Joker.
Joker is its own animal.
Yeah, that's...
The most popular comic book villain, and also that movie should not have made $1 billion.
No, they shouldn't have.
Especially when it's not that good.
Well, sticking in DC land,
They
the
had more
Batman
news? Oh.
is utilizing IML's Mandalorian filming techniques.
Oh, cool.
That came out today,
That
actually.
is the future.
So get ready to see even more of that.
Hey,
but
as long as it looks good.
As long as it looks good, yeah.
Nobody noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that they were filming in Chicago today, or yesterday and today.
The ones that they had said they had set up stuff in England, so
Cool. That's awesome. I'm so glad that that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That'll cut down on, I feel like, film budgets a lot.
yeah, and especially
Which, with
over
right
the
now, we need
next
that.
couple years, that's going to be really important.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
IML. I said IML. It's ILM. Ugh. Industrial Light and Magic.
LOL.
I'm correcting myself, so you don't need to do it in the comments, everyone.
That's okay.
LOL.
Superhero movies.
Yes.
Spider-Man 3 is making a ton of headlines with all the speculation. But one thing that has been confirmed is that we'll get our first look at Spider-Man 3 in the Marvel Universe in December. So they've confirmed that we will see something from it before the end of the year.
We're going to see something from Spider-Man 3 before we see something from Eternals.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is wild. Is there any expo or anything that Marvel's going to do in December, you guys think?
No, they're just dropping a
No.
trailer.
They're just going to show... I imagine it'll just be a teaser
Yeah.
with a confirmation of the cast.
Speaking of the Spider-Man cast, you want to mention those rumors, or should we
No,
not?
because I don't think they're anything personally. But
Some interesting rumors flying about, especially after last week's news of Doctor Strange maybe having a cameo. I think the internet maybe went a little wild and said, "What could this mean?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coolest rumor. Okay, I'll address one. The
Okay.
coolest rumor I've heard is that Kraven the Hunter is like an interdimensional traveler trying to kill all of the Spider-Men. And I was like, that sounds awesome.
That would be really cool. That would be really cool.
I'm just gonna wait for the synopsis
December
to drop, the trailer, the cast.
Any other movie news?
We got the cast for the prequel for Mad Max Fury Road, the Furiosa
that's
spinoff.
Yeah,
right.
that was this week. That feels like forever ago.
That was Tuesday. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
that's why.
There's always some big news story that
Something
drops
on Tuesday.
Right.
But it was confirmed that's going to be Anya Taylor-Joy playing the young Furiosa, previously played by Charlize Theron, and then joining Anya Taylor-Joy and George Miller is going to be Chris Hemsworth and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II.
I'm excited for Yaya. Man, that dude's blowing up.
I really, really hope that Chris Hemsworth is playing a younger version of Immortan Joe.
That would be
sick.
cool.
I think it'd be super awesome to see. And then also, I did not like the movie Hotel Split in Between Two States. Can't remember what it's called.
Bad Times at the
Oh,
El Royale.
That one,
yeah.
yes. But Chris Hemsworth was really good in that movie, playing a villain. So give me that.
I've not seen that.
That's good. I liked it.
I did enjoy it. I also watched it on a plane. So
No movie is enjoyable.
bad movies are good on planes, and good movies are bad on planes.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it might be good.
Yeah. Movie night. Wait, we gotta watch
No.
Velocipaster first.
I'm not watching Bad Times at El Royale for a movie night.
We can watch it. I'll watch it with you.
Y'all have fun. I'll go play Destiny. Go shoot some cheaters.
All right. So there was some rumors flying around this week that The Mandalorian season 3 may start shooting as early as December. I think that's crazy. Do they even have a script?
Also, in Mandalorian world, Jon Favreau said a movie is a possibility.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I think they should just keep making a show.
I think they should too.
Absolutely.
My guess is after how well the first season was received, they
Yeah.
went ahead and were like, okay, let's map this out. What's 4 or 5 seasons down the line look like? Just hit it right,
That's
start
true.
writing.
There's no way they have a script for season 3, right?
Man, Filoni pumps those Star Wars things out, I feel like.
I have a hard time. Because I feel like part of making TV shows is seeing how what you've done is received before you move on in certain directions, but
I mean, Star Wars has never really been about that, though.
they just kind of do things.
They just kind of do their own thing, and then
Let the rest sort it out.
Yeah,
Let the fans make their theories, make everything make sense.
exactly. Oh man,
Um,
those
TV
are all the stories I have.
Speaking of filming, Boys Season 3 is set to film in early 2021.
The boys.
The Boys.
That'll be
Which
interesting.
they pumped that second season out real quick.
Mhm.
I would not be surprised if we get like a fall release for that again.
Yeah.
I feel like that is the absolute lowest budget superhero anything ever made.
It looks great.
It does look great.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah. It's amazing.
They
how-
hide it so
they're,
well.
They're so efficient with everything they do, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, should we just review the boys?
Yeah, let's dive in.
Let's all hop on into The Boys season 2.
Yeah, we all finished it. Tyler
review.
finished the show in a timely manner, guys.
Good job.
It's a miracle.
I've been waiting for a week. Now I just need you guys to start Blind Manor.
Oh, I'll finish that way faster than I finished The Boys.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I probably won't. Sorry.
We'll talk about it.
No faith.
We'll talk about it.
First
Did
impressions.
you think I'd finish The Boys by this week?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
What were your thoughts about season 2? Overarching.
My impressions. My tweet.
Yeah, what's your tweet?
I talked a little last week.
Mm-hmm.
I'll read.
So I'll
I'll
let
read
you
my
guys
tweet
go.
that I didn't actually tweet out. A strong follow-up to a great first season, The Boys Season 2 doubles down on the violence, language, and absurdity and continues to walk the line of social commentary and satire in a way only The Boys can.
Nice. I didn't write a tweet. Remember how it used to be I would write the tweets and you would always be like, "Oh, Brett, that was such a good thing." We're reversing it today.
Thanks.
I don't have a tweet.
When you came down and you were like, "What?" and I was like, "Nothing, Brett." I had just read it to Luke to make sure it didn't sound bad. I wrote it yesterday, but I wanted to make sure I didn't.
No, I
wrote nothing.
I pretty much agree with that. I would say that, yeah, it's a really solid season 2. It does a good job at showing us.
Someone named Black Noir is in the chat.
Yeah, Black Noir in the chat. ... Do you
want an almond joy?
You want an almond joy? I think it does a really good job.
They're disgusting.
They're so bad.
That's okay. Never mind. I won't start
Expanding on the characters that we only got glimpses of, right? So, maybe Huey and Starlight take a little bit of a backseat this season in terms of how much screen time they have, but that means we get to really see, Butcher grow in different ways. We get to see more about the actual, Homelander and the Seven and Becca and
Frenchie,
her
Kimiko, her brother.
We get a whole new villain in Stormfront, and I think that this season actually really didn't disappoint on any character level for me in terms of where they ended. I know I had originally said back in episode 2 or 3 I was kind of unhappy with where Butcher was, but I think they did a good job of not just keeping him there, because where Butcher, I had expected Butcher to grow a little bit more between season 1 and season 2, and they just kind of picked him up right where they left off.
Yeah,
which makes sense. I don't need Carl Urban swearing that much. That man's a national treasure.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, one of my big pros for the season was actually having Butcher make human choices.
Yeah,
because I just felt like he was so unrelatable in season 1. Not even a little bit of me could relate to anything he was doing or saying or choosing.
He straight up is a villain in season 1.
Yeah.
It so happens that you're following characters who are aligned with him because they have to be.
Right.
And so to make him more relatable and more human in season 2, they did a great job, I think.
Of kind of showing you why he is the way he is.
Yeah, almost.
Not quite justifying it, but giving you a little bit of empathy.
Exactly.
You kind of feel.
It's not aggression and plot lines for no reason.
Right.
Yes.
It's not just this is who he is.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
there's a reason.
He has a past. He's had things happen besides just what happened to his wife in season 1 with him thinking she's dead.
Yeah, it just always he always has something worse happening.
It seems like is that like a reverse MacGuffin? It's like it's not the thing you're seeking the entire time.
And you're trying to avoid.
It's the thing that's just like this is why we're doing this. This happened real quick. All right, let's go. What's that called? A nugamif?
Wow.
Nafamug? Nafagum? Nafangum.
You just keep working on that.
He's gonna have to type it out and then read it.
Guffin.
This is. I apologize for the pause in the show, but this is gonna be totally worth it.
Nifugum.
No.
Nifugum. Whatever.
You tried.
Good try,
We're proud
Luke.
of you.
Thank you for entertaining us.
I feel like we would be amiss to not mention Anthony Starr and what a great season it was for him as an actor. Because he's good in season 1, but season 2 he really shines through. He's so good and so creepy in all the right ways. He's incredible.
The part where he lasers the crowd.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was just like, they're going there quick.
We should probably throw up spoiler tag.
Are we doing
bit.
full spoilers? That's in like episode 3 or 4.
It's only 8 episodes though. It's halfway through the season. It's
let's give some our ratings, and then we can do in some spoilers. How about that?
Cool with it.
Luke, what's your rating?
It's fanboy worthy still for me. Season 1 and 2.
Yep. Continues.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler?
You combined both seasons? If I'm doing both.
No, just like kind of continuing that. I think season 1 is fanboy worthy, and I think this is as
It
well.
lives up to that.
Yeah.
That fanboy worthy status. It doesn't necessarily like, oh my gosh, blow it out of the water, but it also doesn't disappoint.
I do think this season is better because of the expanded character development.
Yeah.
With
felt
both
like they
the
took more time on
heroes and the villains. You're understanding more and more of why they are the way they are.
Yeah.
With more people, and it's a lot of, I think it's really well done expansion in this extremely violent universe.
I gave it a booyah. Season 2 on its own.
Nice.
Season 1 I gave a fanboy worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 I give a booyah. Mostly because the one character I couldn't stand, they made me somewhat like him, and
Yeah.
it kind of pushed it over the hump for me.
Nice. Yeah, I think season 1 I gave a fanboy worthy, and I'll give season 2 a fanboy worthy as well. I think it, like you said, it does a great job of expanding the world in all different directions, from the corporate level to the political level to the, day-to-day life of these guys living in the basement of a convenience store. Like, they did a great job all around. So
I think the big reason for me it's a fanboy worthy, or I guess the fanboys I would really ship it to, is people that love superhero stuff and they might be getting tired of it, but they don't want to give it up.
Yeah.
This is a change of pace, and it makes fun of all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's so well done, especially with like the girls get it done stuff.
Girls get it done.
It's so well done.
And something worth noting too is like they kind of make fun of all of that, but it's not in a way that feels like it doesn't feel like it's condescending. It more
For me,
feels like it's
it
just
works.
being a commentary on superhero movies.
For what they do is they make fun of it, they do a satire of it, and then they do it better.
Yeah.
They say, this is what you're going for.
Mm-hmm.
Do better next time.
Yeah.
And I love it.
It's great.
And I think the best example of that is the girls get it done. Girls do get it done.
The girls do get it done. Let's jump into some spoilers. So, full spoilers. You've been warned. If you don't want to hear more, check the time code for when we stop.
So, I guess keeping on Girls Get It Done, best moment of the entire 2 seasons is, like, throughout the season you have them shooting this Dawn of the Seven movie.
Yes.
And in the movie, they definitely poke fun at Avengers Endgame, where you have Stormfront, Starlight, and Maeve doing their pose, and they just beat down the bad guy, directly referencing Endgame's female empowerment scene that has both been praised and made fun of by every single person on the internet, including people that haven't seen the movie. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
direct shot, love it.
I thought-
Continuing on, and then you get to the last episode, and I think this is where they hide the budget so well best. Instead of having this super, just absolute beat down in a city like Man of Steel BVS style, you got 3 chicks just kicking the absolute snot out of the bad chick.
In the middle of a field.
Yeah.
With like
In
a
the wooded
10
area.
with a 10 barn behind it.
Yeah, they're just... and the dudes are just like... Cool. Girls didn't get it done. And I thought... I legit cheered like when they did that. I was like, yeah! As opposed to my boos that I will usually throw out is the only vocalization I do.
Boo.
Boo! Looking at you and Nola. Oh, realized they do 3 faith checkouts in the movie actually. But yeah, that was my favorite part of the entire 2 seasons. So awesome.
Nice. Ty, did you have a favorite moment from this season?
Shoot. What is his name? Giancarlo.
Oh, Esposito.
Anytime he was on the screen, I enjoyed it.
Oh my
This
gosh.
season. He's so good.
He's
And he
yes.
commands the scene so well. I really enjoy, like, I want to see more of him. It makes me more excited for The Mandalorian, honestly.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
But no, like his character showed you that you don't need a lot of screen time to make a big impact in a television show.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoyed it. I know it's kind of a weird answer considering we're talking about superheroes, but
No, I
he
think
was
that's
just
great.
awesome. And I actually really liked the Lamplighter episode where they're at the hospital. Just kind of seeing more of like what these powers in this universe look like.
Yeah.
Because really all we've been exposed to is the Seven. Getting a little bit more of that and getting more into that world was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Very cool.
Strangest nudity ever in any.
The episode after,
I will never unsee that.
Yeah. Ugh.
I
Yeah,
will
it
never
was-
unsee that.
That was
the
Kinda nasty.
dialogue. I'm gonna call that the porn episode. The dialogue in the porn episode is just really it's really uncomfortable. Like calling each other cucks and stuff. Like it's
Ugh.
just so weird. And evidently they shot real porn for that, and Kripke's trying to get Amazon to let him sell it.
No, why?
I don't know.
Don't do that.
I don't know. It's weird.
Ugh.
I feel like Kripke is like a method director. Like he just goes all in on whatever he's doing. But
Yeah.
he runs a good show.
There were a lot of really, really strong moments. I think for me, what I really like is the subtle character moments. And the one that the scene that or the kind of sequence that I'll talk about is the one where Homelander brings Stormfront to Becca and Ryan's house. And the manipulation.
Stressful.
There's some people that don't like people. It's called white genocide. It's like, oh no, you're bad. You're a bad woman. I hope you die. Woo.
Like I think it was just really good acting all around.
Yeah.
It made your skin crawl, and the anguish that you see on Becca when they fly off with Ryan, like
Yeah.
hit me. I don't maybe just because I'm a dad,
Right.
but like it hit me there. I was like, oh.
I looked up her
You stole my
IMDb page
kid.
because I can never remember her name, but
Mm-hmm.
Chantel Van Santen is really good.
Yeah.
Like, she was on the Flash TV show, and I thought she was fine on that. But, like, in this, she's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's a good actress. Also, the voice of Wraith, which is always super cool.
Oh,
to me.
nice. Yeah.
But,
Little
no,
Apex
she
in there.
was a great addition to this season. I was so glad. And, again, it helps with Butcher a lot, because I did not like Butcher at all in season 1. But it helps to kind of have him be humanized a little bit more with her being involved. I knew as soon as she was into the fold, though, I was like,
She did.
you're a goner.
Yeah.
It's nice knowing you.
I feel like that was
You're
really
easy
the
to look
only
at, but
only
You're gonna
predictable
die.
part of the entire season. It was
Yeah.
like, yeah, she's gonna die. It's just
Yeah, oh,
how will she die?
yeah.
Mm.
As soon as they started setting up the Butcher hates kids things, I was like, oh yeah, she's gone, and he's gonna take.
He's gotta take that responsibility.
I thought
on.
he wasn't going to though.
What did you guys think
They
about the?
They did a good job of that scene with editing wise, I think, of you see Becca like just die and he picks up the crowbar or whatever and he like
Yeah.
looks back and you're like, he's gonna start beating his son or something, but it's not gonna do anything because he's super powered.
Right.
But no, it's Homelander shows up and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, Butcher, you're gonna protect
The kid.
your son.
Yeah.
And that was a really awesome moment.
Keep
I thought
your
that was
promise.
super well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the only thing when we talk about predictability, and maybe this is just because we collectively watch a lot.
Yeah.
You start to like pick up on things that make characters less expendable.
Mm-hmm.
Like the big reveal at the end with the Congresswoman. At first I was like, oh, it's probably the chick from the hospital, and then I was like, nope, she's too prevalent. Like she's becoming more and more involved as the season goes on. Like the last 3 episodes, she's in it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even know this, but she's like the face of the new Call of Duty DLC.
Oh,
I was
really?
Like, why is she so popular all of a sudden? And then I watched that and I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, something's up here. Of course, then they reveal it and you're like, oh, well, now we know. Now I wonder how that impacts things. Of course, Huey always puts himself in terrible situations.
Huey, oh no!
I actually, so on my my cons, I have Huey on there, but I wrote can kick, so it's not exactly a con, but it's something I didn't really like. He was a super pansy to start the season. Like, as angry as he was, he just felt like every scene he was in, he was just sad.
Yeah.
Like, dude, be angry. It's okay to be angry. Yeah, of course, he turns it around, but it was really annoying to me that every scene was one note for him. The first 4 episodes, because he's a better actor than that.
Yeah.
I loved the moment with him, and I think it's kind of where it turns it around. Is the episode with the whale?
Mm-hmm. The whale.
Where he's in the whale, he won't leave. He's gonna die there. He doesn't care anymore. Mother's Milk gets him out, and then he runs into Starlight in the sewers. I think that was episode 4, 3 or 4.
3? I think 3.
Maybe, I don't know, but
it is 3.
3. Okay, yeah. I feel like that was his kind of turnaround, because I think I agree. He's really just sad.
Yeah, and it's like
in the beginning,
he's just wasting time.
He just wants to date Starlight. That's really it.
Yeah,
but
this season does kind of jump in feet first without explaining much of what,
like where they are
yeah. In terms of how they how they've changed since the end of season 1.
Do we know how much time passes?
I'm not even sure.
Like, I don't think
it's much.
Probably a couple days.
Well, but they hadn't started shooting the movie at the end of the last season, had they? Mm-mm. They were still doing
they had to work on those Joss rewrites.
Oh my gosh.
What a line.
What a line. But so I think there was some time.
Go for it.
And it did kind of feel like maybe they could have better used the first couple episodes to get characters
just
like,
show us where we are.
Where are they? Rather than just, here we are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think about the Deep /A-Train /Church?
The Church of the Collective?
The
Tom Cruise jokes?
Side story.
I really liked it. It was, except for the Gil bit.
The Gil bit was
it's
really
so weird.
That was weird. Patton Oswalt voices the Deep's Gills. Good casting, but it was weird. But I liked most of it because it was a change of pace from the normal angry comedy or Vought stuff. It was more. It was weird, but it felt more normal. Like it was like it was just trying to be a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to make fun of Scientology.
Yeah, which is
and great product placement with Fresca.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Fresca. That's just gross.
Fresca.
I think that
always cracked me up every time, even though like you knew it was going to happen. I laughed at it every time.
Yeah, they also ended that storyline perfectly. I think
it's going to be super prevalent in season 3.
It'll be very interesting to where they go.
Yeah, I wonder if Butcher has to get the church to help him fight Homelander. Oh. Give us the Eagle getting his head ripped off of his shoulders.
Oh my
god. My last real question for you guys in terms of content, we can talk more about pros and cons, but how do you feel like the show handled and interweaving things like, I mean, obviously superheroes, but we have, big corporations, we have economics, we have politics, we have some religion stuff in there. The show really does address a lot, whether it tackles it up for debate, I think. But to me, at least, I felt like it was pretty timely in some of its commentary on things. And
a lot of the protesting.
Yeah.
And
there's a guy who
kind of like rallies
that
were going on, and then everything with how just a business can really just get away with whatever they want.
Yeah.
With almost no consequences. They can spin it for PR however they want. You've been lying to us for all this time. We didn't really know that, but we're going to do whatever we can to fix it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We forgive you. Feel like that is even a lot of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Studios.
Oh, for sure. The business of making movies.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Tyler?
I thought season 1 handled the capitalism bit a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Kind kind of understanding how the superheroes are rented out and all of that. It almost felt like they saw the future and then made this show.
Yeah.
Especially with having Stormfront kind of be like the polar opposite of what's socially going on right now. I thought that was really interesting how they were able to, how that actually just worked out to fit our current society. It is really nice to have a show that can be both funny and ridiculous, but also can handle these serious social issues in a way that a lot of things miss the mark on.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I feel like Kripke's got a crystal ball or something because they filmed this a while back and it's all super relevant.
Yeah, I think it's one of the really good examples of when people say things like keep politics out of my movies. Like,
it can be in there.
It can be in there. It can work really well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought they handled it really well.
Keep politics out of my movies if it's handled extremely poorly.
If it's not ham-fisted.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Yeah. Over in the chat, real quick, Battle Rifle thought that season 2 upped the shock value and some of the scenes, and it kind of turned him off a little bit. I'm trying to. There are some more intense moments for sure.
I definitely think there's. I don't agree, but I definitely think there's some validity to that statement. I think one of the risks you run with doing a show like this is always where do we stop?
Where's the line?
Where do we stop trying to one up ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think season 2 ever really goes too far. Like I feel like they do a pretty good job of going up to that line and then just staying there.
Yeah.
And maybe that's Amazon saying, all right, tone it down a little bit. Or maybe it's just them being aware that, hey, we don't want to just seem gimmicky.
Well, like earlier, before we started the show, we were chatting a little bit, and I had mentioned I thought it was, in the moment at least, I thought it was maybe a little disappointing that we didn't get to see Ryan absolutely destroy Stormfront.
Right.
And I'm thinking now maybe that was them showing a little restraint. Maybe, as you guys pointed out, maybe it's providing a little more ambiguity for how...
As Luke pointed out.
How Becca actually died. But I think I would agree that, like, yeah, there's some stuff that's, like, pretty gross in here. But it's also, like, not... I don't know. It's still not... It never crossed the line for me.
I can see where he's coming from with stuff like the doppelganger or one of the superheroes' very strange powers inside of the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand that choice at all.
Love sausage?
Ugh.
I just think I always want, like, because that is a line that you have to be aware of, I feel like. But I always think back to the very first episode when A-Train runs through Huey's girlfriend, and I'm like, yup, that's pretty...
That's how we're leading
There
off,
was a
eh?
lot of jelly explosion heads in this one, too.
Yeah,
There were.
I kept thinking of Kingsman.
The Kingsman's the more colorful version.
Like,
This one only has one color.
This is what Kingsman would have looked like if they didn't do fireworks. Got it.
But I think it's kind of interesting. The very, very, very last scene of the season with Homelander on top of the building, wanking, is
Very weird.
from season 1. Amazon made Kripke and Rogan take it out.
Oh.
And they just threw it on to the end because I guess they said, okay, you can put it
It's
in.
weird. It fits really well.
It fit in. Perfect. It totally worked contextually. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, that is I think that's a good jump off point for season 3, and just kind of seeing that mentality of I can do whatever I want. Be brought out in Homelander. It's going to be wild.
He's going to just go off, and I can't wait.
I think that little dream sequence at the rally where he cooks everybody, I think that's ultimately where he's headed for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to get bad.
Yeah. Over in the chat, Arendelle Star says that they felt like most of the gore felt very character revealing, mostly with regard to Homelander and Stormfront.
Showing you where they are mentally.
Yeah, like what they're willing
sociopaths.
to accept and do and not care about.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, And thinking of Stormfront again, the whole Liberty thing is kind of brushed over pretty quickly.
Yeah, I kind of wish they could have spent a little more time on that.
Yeah, I 2 more episodes maybe in the season. I think they could have fit more of that in, and maybe we get an episode of her as Liberty, and we kind of get a little more understanding.
We are getting a Soldier Boy as well next season. I don't know if they're gonna be working together.
They
or
could
whatsoever.
do,
We both
yeah.
have kind of USA Freedom type names.
Yeah.
They could do some flashback episodes
them working together or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be interesting.
It'll be fun to kind of see Jensen Ackles in this show. It'll be such a different role for him.
Very different.
Well, I mean, everything now is different. He hasn't done anything for the last 15 years.
He was in My Bloody Valentine, wasn't he?
Was he?
I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Did he have time? He probably filmed it at the.
He probably filmed that movie in a week.
Yeah, that's true.
My Bloody Valentine.
But no, I would agree with that. I did think it was
Jensen
pretty
Ackles.
character revealing for sure. Nicely done.
Nailed it, Luke. Well, any other
Never seen it.
any other thoughts on The Boys season 2? Pros, cons, anything else that we kind of
I just
skimmed over?
really enjoyed all the references to like DC and Marvel stuff.
It got very meta last
Yeah.
season was meta too.
The
but,
Green Arrow Hawkeye character and also the Daredevil character really cracked me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what if I, did this? That was so perfect. What do you think is going to happen to Ryan? Do you think he'll still be around, or do you think he's just going to hang out with FBI lady?
Maybe we can not have him be talked about for 4 episodes and then recast it and brought back in. That
Yeah,
is
I
a
know
con
you
this
didn't
season.
like
I
the
didn't
kid.
like the kid very much. I don't know. Luke always talks about like there's child actors and some of them are good or they're annoying. Like there's no real in between. He was on the annoying side for me. I just did not like him very much. But I don't know what's going to happen with him. He has to grow up with a parent, is what they really stress.
They stress growing up with a mother,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
and I think that will be,
The difference.
yeah, probably. And Butcher would not be a good parent.
No.
But I don't remember the FBI CIA lady's name.
Oh.
But she
Colonel?
lost her
But
kids.
she lost
The
her-
Colonel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lost
So,
her child.
I'm not sure how much she'll be back or if she'll just be taking care of Ryan
Yeah, that'd be
and
interesting.
then be kind of gone. Because, I mean, the story seems like it continue, but the story also kind of seems finished, and it's going to be back to killing Soups.
Yeah.
Mainly because Homelander's going to laser a bunch of people in the
Did
crowd.
we kill any Soups this year?
Maybe.
Maybe one.
Stormfront got pretty roasty toasty.
She's Darth Vader now.
She has no arms and no legs.
She's
and
come back as
now
Vader
she
for
only knows
sure.
German.
Yeah. She got Anakin'd.
She got the Force lightning too.
You are my brother, Stormfront. Sister, Stormfront. We
Let's
related,
see.
Stormfront.
Over in the chat. I like when our chat's real lively.
Black Noir still there?
Battle Rifle is asking
She's
about.
being very quiet.
Oh no.
Did we like Iceman as Lamplighter?
I did.
I did. He was great.
He was really good.
His
Fun play on powers.
Yeah.
his scene.
His
just
outfit sucks.
his scene cracked me up. I wanted to do it in front of my statue.
Yeah. No, I think that casting.
It was good.
It was good and it worked
It was
well. Also, really good episode overall. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's also, I just really like seeing Soups that aren't bad. It seems like in the first season, every superhero was bad.
Yeah.
And this season, we didn't really talk about Maeve, but we got
Oh, yeah.
Lamplighter has major regrets about what he does, and he's just really stuck in a bad situation. And then you have Maeve, who's getting blackmailed by Homelander and ends up flipping it and blackmailing him. And it seems like she's not actually a bad person. She's just been stuck in a bad situation. And it's nice to not have everybody just be evil. Like,
Yeah.
just straight evil.
Yeah.
Well, Battle Rifle also mentioned Black Noir and about how, what about Vought sending him to always do the dirty work? Even Black Noir, like we probably just don't get enough of him, but I don't feel like he's evil in the sense of like how Homelander and Stormfront are. I feel like
When
he's
they find
just
out
the
they're
company
not-
man.
Yeah.
When they find out they're just given superpowers, it shows them in the hallway just crying with
Yeah.
a stuffed animal.
Yeah, like that's when Manifest Destiny is destroyed.
So do you want to know Black Noir's origin or see who he is? Or would you rather it be secret? This is kind of a topic of discussion just among the creators. Because he does have an origin in the comic.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a.
I think his origin in the comic is kind of dope.
I agree.
I don't think they'll do that.
I
but
think we
it's-
all
I
we all
do-
know we all know what it is. I know what it is.
Yeah.
I do
But let's
love
keep
that it
it-
is a secret. It's
Yeah.
just a fun little mystery thing. Like,
It is.
who's Black Noir?
I hope they continually show stuff and then never reveal it.
Yeah.
Like the one thing they did this season, I thought they were going to do this, and it would have really taken the wind out of my sails a bit. But they're talking about Lenny, Butcher's brother, and then they cut to Black Noir, and then they do it 2 episodes later, and they do it again, and I'm like, man, if they do this would be so dumb. It would be like the most tropiest trope thing ever. He died. No, he didn't. He's a superhero. Like I would have hated it.
Maybe they'll go on the trope of, oh, the dead brother is actually the bad guy who we just thought was dead. And Butcher will think that, but really, no, he's just maybe what he actually is in the comics.
Yeah. Do we?
I love that. I think that's such an awesome idea.
Where do we think?
It's kind of where it's almost where I stole my Ray 3. I don't want to spoil it for people that don't know.
That's fine.
So you stole it.
Never mind.
Where do we think?
Mics are hot.
Where do we think Vote is going? Vought is going in season 3 in terms of, because we had this kind of tease that we're gonna be just injecting normal people with the thing, and then that kind of got brought back at the end. It seems like Homelander is a little more on the not so much in charge between the girls kind of all having something on him and Juan Carlo Esposito just being a badass.
I think we'll see kind of a real world example in the show of just a big company doing PR work, trying to restore themselves as a brand. But once again, Homelander's going to get tired of it, and he's going to go laser
Try to
some
do.
fools.
He's gonna try to do something himself, and
He's probably going to laser Esposito.
yeah, because paychecks.
I'm the captain now.
No, I personally, I think the all-out war on Vought with the Congresswoman will be majority of Vaught's season. Will be them battling.
Yeah.
And with her being a soup, that will cause a different sort of controversy.
Yeah.
For Vought.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like where will allegiances end up? Will she switch over and cross the line? Maybe.
Nah, she's going to die.
Well, yeah, she's definitely gonna die, or she's gonna kill Homelander somehow.
Nah, she won't get lasered. Zoink.
She's probably gonna end up banging Homelander, like every other super chick in the show.
Gross.
Ew, no, thank you. Arendelle Star over in the chat says, politicians save big corporation because we need them. Would fit the capitalism theme that they keep hitting on. I think that's a very wise conclusion. Everywhere.
Where do you cross
they had
that
the dart.
line?
They had their
Right.
dart in their hand, and they went zoop, and hit the bullseye on that one.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. She's
Nailed
gonna
it.
cross that line.
Yep. All right. Well, hey, that's a great The Boys
Conversation,
chat.
yeah, for sure.
Thank you, everyone over in the chat, for pitching in some thoughts. Real quick before we go, we had a
We ran a poll.
Twitter poll. Sorry, I had to pull it up here.
This actually got me kind of like thinking about this quite a bit this week.
Yeah.
Probably more than we actually talked about it last week.
Right. So last week we talked about how Disney was kind of reevaluating how it distributes its movies via Disney Plus, on demand, in theaters. So we asked the question, how much would you be willing to pay for a video on demand release of an MCU/Star Wars film on Disney Plus if it's not being released in theaters? So the movie's not coming out in theaters. It's either a add-on to Disney Plus or it's just
VOD.
on demand. And let's see, it was actually split. Interestingly, so we
I
had
voted.
we had $30, $20, $10, and $0 with in parentheses into $0. You know, maybe a Disney Plus price increase would be okay. Disney Plus, fairly inexpensive compared to things like HBO Max and Netflix. It's kind of on par with Amazon Prime, I think. And
Prime's $100 for the year.
But if you break it out,
I'm not sure what the monthly is because I just do the year.
yeah, that's true.
Prime is great. Prime Video is great because I buy Prime for the shipping.
Yeah,
And they give me all these shows and movies.
But here's kind of the breakdown.
Yep.
19% said $30 you'd be willing to pay. That's, you know, probably the price of 2 movies and a popcorn or whatever at the theater. Another 19% said $10. That's significantly cheaper. It's maybe the price of just a normal movie ticket, depending on where you live. That might be cheaper than a movie ticket. 31% said, so it was a tie at 31%. For $20 and a price increase would be okay if they didn't charge you anything. What did you guys end up voting, or did you?
I voted $20.
Okay.
I don't remember, but my answer depends more on the second poll you did.
Right. So
I think re-answering second poll pending. I would say 30
Okay.
for a MCU or
Yeah.
a Star Wars movie.
Yep.
Those only.
Sure.
But
We're talking about a high-profile blockbuster
Yes.
release.
but do you own this, or are you renting it?
I would say this is a...
Because if you're paying for a VOD release, then you're buying the movie.
Or
are we renting?
I just
doing
think
this Mulan
I just
style?
think distribution in this day and age is going to look a little different.
Yeah, if we're talking about like what Mulan did, I vote 20. If we're talking about being able to buy the movie, I'd vote 30.
Okay. So the follow-up question was, should video-on-demand movies be at a set price, like tickets at a theater, or dynamic based on whatever the studio wants to choose for that movie, and why? Which, of course, one person replied why. Thank you, Joel. Joel voted for dynamic pricing, but allow me to just purchase the movie outright instantly. I don't mind paying $35 for a Star Wars movie I will own. That's $15 ticket price plus $20 for the movie to own, which is what he pays right now anyways. Give me the option VOD or ownership. So to rent it or to own, which is kind of what you were talking about.
I didn't realize he had responded.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. The reason I'd be okay with 30 for an MCU or Star Wars movie is because I'm assuming dynamic price changes. Maybe Disney decides to put a Fox Searchlight or a 20th Century Fox movie onto Disney Plus or Hulu for purchase as well. So like I'm thinking of something like Ad Astra,
Right.
which is almost a blockbuster, but it's not an
But
indie.
not quite.
Maybe put that at $14.99 to $19.99.
Right.
Then something along the lines of an indie, like I can't think of a indie that's coming out soon. Like maybe Nomadland is, but the Fox subsidiary. I don't know. I can't remember what's coming out. Put that at $5.99 to $9.99.
I was gonna say
Because
it'd be like Honey Boy or something.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Of that size, because people aren't going to spend $30 to watch that.
Right.
So you need to find the balance of this is what it's worth and what we can make a profit of, but will people actually buy it? And
Right.
there's a range somewhere in there for those smaller movies. Star Wars MCU, 30. Yeah. I'm willing to pay that. If I'm not even really going to be able to see it for probably a year.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, there's kind of an idea, out there that, maybe you could, I don't know how well this would go over, especially in theaters, but if, let's say, Wonder Woman does end up releasing VOD this Christmas, next July they still have a theatrical release. What does that look like?
Right.
How much are you willing to pay now to see it in advance and maybe own it or not own it? Again, it just depends. But then be able to go to see it in the theaters. I don't know how the math works out there because I don't know what percentage of the population. Like, there's people like my parents would probably just rent it or buy it VOD and never go see it in the theater. But then there's us who are going to go see it in the theater no matter what. Right. When we feel like there's a safe opportunity to see it in the movie theater, we're gonna go watch it.
We're gonna rent out that theater and watch it.
Yeah.
If only there were better movie choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no.
But
movies
interestingly enough, the majority of people did vote for set pricing, and I'm guessing that is because they are afraid of what Disney will do with things like MCU, which is, if it's dynamic, they may do the thing where it's like, oh, here's a bunch of things for free on Disney Plus, but to watch the new Star Wars, you're gonna have to pay $50. And in order to avoid price gouging, you could say, well, I want everything at $20. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd rather have that middle ground. You're gonna get less probably viewership overall on those little things, on the little indie movies. But you'd
make a ton more.
Right, you would. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting little poll. Thank you everyone who participated and voted. And if you have more thoughts, please feel free to hit us up over on Twitter.
Yeah.
Faux show.
I voted set, by the way.
For that reason, or for what?
Pretty much. I don't like the idea of everything being assigned a value based on it's the MCU, so it's $40. Sure. Like, okay, I don't like every MCU movie,
right?
So I feel like it's a slippery slope.
And it is really interesting. We're very used to going to the theater and paying $10 for whatever movie we go to. It doesn't matter how big it is. Where on the flip side, then it's like, okay, but at home, like, no, I wouldn't pay $10 to watch that at home.
Right. And, like, part of that, too, is just not knowing what that looks like.
I think a big part of it, too, is convenience. That you aren't going anywhere. You're not paying for parking in a lot of places. And screen sharing. People are going to get with each other and watch it with other people.
Yeah, you do end up splitting that cost more, and the studio will probably lose money on that. Probably. Depending on where you're at. Right?
And that too with like, hold on, I'm trying to think through this thought. I'm trying to think of how does the set pricing with theaters impact, because those are shared in between the theater
profits.
And the studios, whereas this is all going studios. To the studio.
Yeah.
So like that's their choice. I would just hope they don't. The dynamic situation would become a problem when the studio streaming service
charges way too much,
overprices everything.
Yeah.
The good part about that is nobody will watch their movies. They will make nothing, and everything will drop.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
In a perfect
I would
world.
assume.
In a perfect world.
It's usually how things work. People don't buy stuff. Either it never sells and stops selling, or they drop the price.
Aaron Del Star over in the chat asks, says, it seems home theater experiences versus home setup has so much to do with an individual's choice. Do you guys have good home theater watching experiences?
Yes. Mine, I think it's perfectly just above good enough. I've got a really nice soundbar that I really like, with a subwoofer that I really like. I have a little room, so the sound is very nice. I can black out my window, and I sit 3 feet from my TV, so it's like sitting in a theater. It's just really close.
I really like my soundbar is like the only thing I feel like I'm missing.
I make fun of your soundbar every time I go over.
Poor soundbar.
I have a 4K TV. I have a nice sectional in the basement. It's pretty well set up. It's nice. They all recline. Super comfortable.
They're comfortable.
It gets really dark down there, so it's really easy
to fall asleep.
If I'm watching Transformers late at night, yes.
The worst one.
Yeah, I I was struggling. But no, I mean, I like watching movies at home. Once I get a better sound bar this winter, I'll like it even more.
Good.
I had a very good setup in our last house.
It does. I got on Black Friday, man.
I think the only piece that's really missing right now, our living room upstairs is very oddly shaped, as you guys can attest. We have a split level house, so it's like it's a very tall ceiling, and then there's like at the back end there's the stairs that go up and the stairs that go down. So it's not like this nice enclosed room, and our sound bar is just old enough that it just kind of throws the audio everywhere, and the mix is pretty bad.
A kid, so you might not be able to watch the volume that you like.
She runs around screaming.
Your living room echoes.
We do well. We also still don't have any furniture in there other than our couch.
Yeah, my tiny little room is packed to the absolute rim with stuff. Like if I put one more drop of water in that cup, it's overflowing.
If I have
sound real good.
Cup overfloweth.
Tis doeseth.
If I have some extra sound panels, I'll have to put them up there. I got sound panels.
Thyeth cup doth overflow thy rim.
Just keep it going.
I tried. But yeah, you're right, Arendelle. I think
too much?
that what you experience at home will definitely compound that that decision on whether you want to watch a movie at your home, or you really do want to go to the theater. Mm-hmm. So I think that's about it for this week.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for watching or listening, whether you're listening or watching. We appreciate your viewership. You can find us on the socials at What the Fanboy on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find the show over on YouTube at just What the Fanboy, or all the links to wherever you want to listen to it at whatthefanboy.com if you want to go back and listen to some previous episodes that you may have missed. In the meantime, we'll see ya. Bye-bye.
See ya.